Hello and welcome back to Europe 1100, and we're here at Buzim Castle. Now, bear in mind, this is the last fief, I believe, that the Italians actually have control over on this particular section of territory. Otherwise, they only have the Sultanate's land that we obviously helped them take beforehand. Now, this is going to be great. If we can take this and actually succeed in consolidating our territory so significantly, we should have a wonderful, wonderful time here. So we're just going to put him... It doesn't really matter where we put him, to be honest, but there you go. We're just going to put him there, and hopefully we're going to be able to do something. So here's the thing. What I'm going to need to do... I'm going to try and stay alive. Obviously, first of all, we need to make sure that we don't get shot, but... the problem with that is that I'm obviously using my two-handed, my two-handed polearm, because I think it's probably a little bit easier to use to get kills, because we don't have to actually attack as often to get the kill. You know what I mean? So we can literally just attack one time. Obviously, it's very difficult to use in these kinds of situations, like for example right now, but I am aiming my shield towards the opponent, so, most of the damage is going to be deflected, which is very, very nice, because obviously shields actually do continue to work even when they are on your back. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we can now make our way in here, and we seem to be not doing too badly so far. I'm actually quite surprised here, although that's probably because there are just not that many archers in this section of... Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was saying, oh yes, there aren't too many archers in this section of the keep. Turns around and there's a massive plethora of every kind of archer that is known to man. Yes, that is hilarious. Okay, yeah, so these guys, they mean business. We probably just want to be a little bit careful of them. Don't want to be too audacious. Just want to try and do a little bit of damage here and there. I don't want to die, of course. And I think we're actually going to be fine, because generally, that's what's so funny. I don't know whether you noticed, but these are Hungarian troops in comparison to the Italians. And obviously the Italians, they have crossbows, right? And these guys have regular bows. Not sure if that makes a huge difference, but it feels to me like it does. I think that the damage output of the Italians, just purely for the fact that they have crossbows, is much, much larger than what we have going on here. And that is a stark difference. I mean, you can see just how easy this was. Literally, we sustained 2 casualties, generally. Just 2 casualties, and that is it. 50 renown for us as well, which is absolutely wonderful. Really, really pleased with that. And we can also now just rescue a couple of people. I'm probably not going to be taking too many prisoners here, just primarily because I don't want to be running around with even more slowdown than we currently have, because that's really the main thing that is slowing us down right now, the amount of prisoners that we have. So it would be good if we could, try to minimize that as much as possible. Anyway, what I'm actually going to do to help out the future owner, I'm just going to literally put 30,000 in there just to help them out a little bit. Oh yeah, I should actually tell you, this is something that's pretty cool. I ran across a vassal from the Sultanate, the one that we absolutely completely obliterated. Yeah, that one. I ran across one of them over here at Ancona, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try and speak to him and see if I can, persuade him to join us. And lo and behold, yes, he actually did. And where is he? This one. There he is. And he's not particularly strong or anything. He's only got Clan Tier 3. So Clan Tier 3, as you might expect, not that powerful. But I think that's pretty cool. Having an additional clan is really going to make a huge difference. And I mean, you could see here that the other clans actually only have 2 and 2 members. And apart from Steelgut, who has 3. And to be honest, I'm actually not entirely sure how we even have this much influence. I really don't. It must be my Immortal Charm skill or something like that that's actually providing me with so much. Other than that, I can only assume it's maybe our policies as well. I mean, we don't really have too many policies, actually, hilariously enough. So maybe we want to get a couple more. Considering I do have a significant amount of influence, it might make sense for us to do that, right? So What about this? Castle... Why is there no disadvantage to taking this? Castle upgrade costs are reduced by 20%. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? That sounds like an absolutely no-brainer, you know, just a very much straight-up win right there. We also have this. People are supporting it, apparently. Road tolls... Town prosperity being decreased. I'm not entirely sure if is this actually good. That's the thing, because this is the main problem with taking these kinds of policies, because you're never going to really know, not unless you do the math, I suppose, and calculate how much this is actually going to be. Because obviously, if you look at town prosperity in general, most towns have. I mean, if they're more on the poor side, they're going to have about 1,000 to 2,000 prosperity, and if they're more on the rich side, they're obviously going to have between 6, 7, 8,000. And if you're losing 0.2 every single day, you've just got to make sure that you have all of the upgrades available, and that's obviously going to offset that particular problem. So then, if it offsets it completely, then the trade tax being 3% increase, that's obviously pretty good. So maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it is a good idea, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it sucks. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm thinking I will probably take tribunes of the people, because town taxes paid to the ruler reduced by 5%. I do not care about money in this game. It is going to actually be very, very useful for me once I get to 300 trade skill. If I can actually get to 300 trade skill, I kind of hope I will be able to, but whatever the case, I'm not trying to be greedy here. That's the thing. I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just trying to make sure that all of my forces have a decent number of loyalty points every single day, so that they don't get themselves in rebel territory. That's going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely awful. Anyway, we're just going to get this. This is going to increase my party size by 60. It is going to reduce non-ruling clans' influence generation by 0.2, but I'm very much hoping that their influence generation is not going to be that abysmal that 0.2 is going to affect them in any great fashion. So hopefully that's going to work out quite nicely for us. Otherwise, apart from that, I'm looking for things that can reduce my overall effectiveness, but increase my my other vassals, because I want them to be as powerful as possible if we can, apart from obviously that last one that we took, because obviously I wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of a bigger party size. But it seems like as it stands... Oh, this one's actually pretty good. Yep, I'll take this one. This one seems pretty fun. There we go. Because me getting one less influence per day, I don't care about that. That really doesn't make any difference to me. We should take a look at the others, though. No, this is not particularly good. No. Okay, yeah, no, I think we're... Oh, hello. Influence cost of inviting... Okay. Oh, increased by 20%. I actually don't mind that so much. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I think that should be okay. Once we actually start to... Or shall we say, once my vassals start to get into more battles... They're probably not going to really be aching too much for influence at all. They're probably going to be completely fine with whatever they have. Anyway, I am probably just going to stick around here for a little bit of time. The main problem, though, is that I don't have that much food. That's the reason why I've been keeping a huge amount of animals in my inventory as well, because I just don't have enough to be able to, you know, stick around in these places. I actually, hilariously enough, did go to a number of different places, villages most notably, to try and gain... some food, and it was very, very limited. That's all I can say. So a little bit problematic there, but I'm gonna just wait here for maybe a day or so, because I want to just make sure that this particular castle has a few troops in the garrison. I don't really want a huge amount, but just a few troops, you know, just like 20 or so. I'm not entirely sure why there isn't any actually at the moment, because the auto recruitment should probably kick in, and obviously we are going to be giving someone the you know, the thing here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this guy, he died. The clan leader of this particular person actually died. I can't believe it. I'm speechless. Okay, that's actually hilarious. All right, so technically we can give it to this guy if we want to. He has no thief. But the thing is, I don't want to give him this because it is just... It doesn't make sense. He is actually from the culture that we just took, obviously, across the ocean there, and so it makes much more sense for us to retake those and then for him to have those, for him to have ownership over those. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give this to Emilia here, and she's going to obviously do a pretty good job because as far as I'm aware, this is a Hungarian thief, and I believe she's, I think she's Hungarian. I'm actually not entirely sure. I get mixed up between the two. So yeah, I don't actually know whether she is or not. Can I actually check? There we go. Yeah, she is Hungarian, as you can see right there. So that's actually fantastic. So yeah, this fellow actually died. Yep. Gug! He's dead! No! Gug died! I can't believe it. Oh no, I really liked his name. It was very amusing to say. But yeah, still, there you go. Alright, well, that's sad, isn't it? Alright, yeah, so I'm moving super slowly because I have herd problems, so we're going to have to do something about that. I'm going to just get rid of a couple of people here. Well, a couple of people, he says. Yeah, of course. We got so many war mounts now. Look at how many war mounts I have. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so let's just get rid of a couple of these. Yeah, we just have so many, don't we? We need to recruit some more people. That's basically what we need to do here. Maybe I can catch up to him? Oh, there we go. We actually caught up to him straight away. Alright, that was pretty easy. Let's just go in for a nice little auto-resolve here. I'm just going to let him go, because I don't really see the point in taking him prisoner, to be honest. Nothing's going to really come from that. I'm not really hard-pressed to keep him off the field. That doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so I am now suffering pretty heavily from starvation soon enough, so I would like to go to this village here. Maybe we can actually pick up some stuff. Oh yeah, so I also did get another caravan. There's 245 grain. That's really going to help us out. Pretty big deal, I think. But yes, I did recruit another companion for a caravan, and that has hopefully some good consequences for me, because I obviously need to continue earning trade experience, and we haven't really been able to do too much of that. Oh, look at how much grain they actually have here. This is fantastic. Let's actually just get rid of some of these light saddles for the moment. Let's get rid of some of these as well. We don't really need a huge amount of those. And how much? What else do we need? Well, I don't know. I mean, we kind of do need to sell a lot of our gear here, but they just don't have enough money. They just don't have enough money for me to sell all of my stuff, but at least we have a significant amount of food now, even if it is just grain at the moment, which is obviously something that I'm looking to change as soon as possible so that we don't have to run around with such a, well, minor amount of it. And actually, wait a minute. Let me actually just very quickly go in here, see if we can maybe get some hardwood. I'm not sure if... Yeah, they're going to have a huge amount of hardwood here. Okay, so if you recall, I did say that I wanted to remake my polearm. So I think that sounds like a pretty decent idea. And also being able to smelt a huge amount of gear. As you can see, I can smelt massive amounts of stuff right now. Wow, okay, that was... dear. I'm having a I don't know, flashbacks here of absolute nightmarish situations happening. All right, well, let's see. Maybe I can just find some things that I can actually smelt that are going to give me hardwood, and then I don't have to worry too much about them. But yeah, it is a bit of a problematic situation. Maybe some of these things are going to give me some parts, but I think I actually unlocked every single polearm part there is. So I don't think I actually need any more. So all I need is skill. That's it. All I need is skill, and I have 200 skill now. So let's actually just have a look here. Two-handed polearm. Yeah, as you can see, we basically have every single thing available. What is this? This is a thrusting polearm. This is a swinging polearm. Okay, let's have a look-see here. Okay, this is looking... It's a pretty fun weapon, I gotta say. That's a pretty fun weapon. What about this one? That's a long glaive. I love long glaives, but I'm not sure... Shall I try it? Shall I try it out? Why not? Why not? Let's try it out a little bit. Why... Wait a minute. The damage goes down when I increase the size? Ha, that's a very weird thing. All right, sure. If you if you want to do that, sure, why not? Okay, yeah. So let's have a look here. Maybe I want more damage. Maybe. Do I want more damage? Do I care about damage? Do I care about any of this stuff? I'm not sure. Some of this stuff is actually pretty good. This seems to increase damage. Why does this increase damage? Double huge hooks with a fur covering. Why does that increase damage? I don't know why, but there we go. It does. Swing cutting damage. What? 188 just for changing the handle. Okay. I don't understand weaponsmithing at all. Because if that literally, if this literally provides me with 188, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Alright, well, let's just see what we can do here. I don't want to make it too long, do I? So let's try and shorten that a bit. This is going to increase its value, as you can quite clearly tell, but it is also going to increase its difficulty. So that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So I'm now thinking, do we want to actually put on any of these? Do we want to put on this? I mean, this increases my weapon reach. And it doesn't really do much in terms of damage anymore, because I literally... Oh, this just literally increased its damage even further. That's so funny. Why did that do that? Look at that. I mean, it was 183 before, and now if I put this banner on, which is just nothing, it's literally a, what? A cloth banner that does nothing. It actually increases its damage, which is very strange. Alright, sure. We'll make this thing massive. Why not? So let's do that. And then we're going to be calling it something amazing. So, obviously, because the last time I attempted to name it something relatively, well, semi-serious, that also didn't turn out too well, right? So I think we'll probably go for something a little bit funnier now. And we're going to be calling it something like... vegetable chopping device, if I can type, of doom. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. That's absolutely wonderful. And this is literally the kind of weapon that Batman would use, in my opinion. You know, in the kitchen, but maybe that's it, you know, because he doesn't kill anyone, obviously. But still, I'm just saying. Okay, so let's have a look-see here. I'm going to get broken weapons, of course. Do you think I can actually smelt enough to get to 225? No way, right? No way. Alright, well, we're just going to make a couple, right? Let's just make a couple, because we do have enough. And there you go. That's all we're going to do. Rusty vegetable chopping device of doom. Yeah, okay, that's absolutely perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so we have now fulfilled our... Well, I have 131 Pugios. Well, that's hilarious. That's pretty funny. Alright, so yeah, let's have a look and see where is my... There they are. Okay, I can sell these for 33,000. That's very funny as well. Okay, so yeah, this is the new polearm. And I think it's... Is it good? I actually don't think it is that good. I'm going to use it because it is a well, actually, this is the broken version. What about the other ones? Do I not see the other ones? Oh, dear. Is it alphabetical? Or... Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, see, as you can see, the crude one is actually better. What about the rusty one? Okay, wait, let's just put this one on and then we'll compare against the crude one. Okay, yeah, as you can see. So this actually provides us with more swing speed. And I think I'm probably going to go for that. I want more swing speed. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, that's fantastic. There you go. All right, so Ancona actually has 72,000 here, so we should probably sell some of our armor because we just have so much of it. So let's just sell it, and boom, look at that. Easy, easy money right there. And now what we're going to do... Oh, yes, you guessed it. We are going to sail away... unfortunately, I need to speak to the ship. Oh, are you joking? No! Okay, I'm literally going to have to stand here spamming this over and over again because they don't have any additional boats for me, which is very sad indeed. I'm not sure if I'm going to even have enough. How much do... Oh, I did it. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought that was going to be a lot more painful than it actually was. So that's great. So now I can just let my forces do their own thing in my own territory here. Hopefully they're going to be able to protect our lands. And we're going to be making our way over to the Sultanate territory once again. Because then we can finally take some stuff from them, and we can maybe award that to one of our friends. Okay, no, you can just go. I didn't want to attack him, actually. Okay, so yeah, they have some pretty significant numbers in the garrison here. That was actually the reason why I was so shocked about the castle over there being taken, because I was thinking to myself, how did they get so many people in there so fast? You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, I think we're probably just going to start off in the exact same fashion that we did last time against the Sultanate, and we're just going to land here. Land our fleet. I'm actually going to see if I can recruit some people from here. Wow, very, very few, because they just don't like me that much. Alright, well that's sad, but I can't really do much about that, can I? I just kind of have to go with it. And hopefully they don't have too much in the way of fighters, you know, maybe they won't be able to really deal with us at the moment. And we also have a huge amount of people here that we can indeed convert. This is exactly the reason why I'm lugging around so many prisoners in my party at the moment, just because I can then convert 20 of them at once and gain significant, so many really, really good high-tier units. And that's going to enable even more power for us. So that's great. Anyway, smithing has advanced, a 10% chance of creating masterwork weapons. Yeah, good luck with that. And we're also going to be... well, all of this is absolutely terrible. Yep, this is both absolutely terrible and really not very useful, unfortunately. Yeah, she also doesn't have particularly good skills. I needed to respec her, actually, so that was my bad. Kind of forgot to do that. But I really should have respec'd her, because it would have made all the sense in the world to get 10% increased speed of creating ranged siege engines, wouldn't it? Ah, hello there, sir. Or ma'am, as it may be, because Adelaide, obviously. And we're going to now murder. We are going to murder. Can we murder? Yes, we can murder. Let's do this. Oh yeah, she's in an army. I was about to consider trying to persuade her to join us, and that's actually something that I would have wanted to do over the course of this entire campaign against the Italians, but they obviously they just don't allow that. They don't allow that, you know. The game doesn't allow it, that is. Okay, so let's actually just have a look. This is a fantastic battlefield. I am very much looking forward to this. This is super, super fun. This is one of those times where I think to myself, yeah, I absolutely love this. So we're just going to put these in loose formation right about now, and then we're just going to go straight for it. So this is our first time playing with this new polearm. I think it seems pretty cool. It's very similar to our old one, so it's probably going to react pretty much the same way, but maybe it's going to be a little bit easier to use in a siege. Alright, here we go. Let's get my infantry to come around here. The enemy's cavalry is attempting to sneak around there as well, but I'm going to be keeping some cavalry behind here, because what I want to do is want to make it so that maybe the enemy's cavalry wants to sneak in from this tree line. If they sneak in from the tree line, we're going to have some cavalry in the form of these guys ready to attack. And if they don't, then we are just going to have these guys right here ready to counterattack any cavalry that come in or close to us. That's basically the hope. Gonna move forward a little bit though. Gonna have to reposition, because otherwise we are just going to be standing here basically doing nothing. Okay, so the enemy is taking up a defensive stance by the looks of things. So I guess that's not too bad. We're not going to go straight on in there, obviously. Wow. Okay, that was some pretty harsh damage, wasn't it? Okay, definitely wasn't expecting that, but there you go. Alright. Well, whatever the case, my archers should probably go around about here. Probably here, if they want to be a bit more effective. And then we're going to be taking our cavalry over there. My infantry can probably do a pretty decent job if we put them into shield wall. And we're just going to stay a little bit further back here, because I do want to continue commanding my forces. I don't want to really end up dying here. 97 damage from that guy hitting me in the arm, though. That just means I need better arm armor, doesn't it? Yeah, I probably should find some upgrades for that relatively soon. And we are otherwise... Why did my mount take off there? Oh, there was a little ledge. Okay, I understand. Alright, so let's just get these guys... Yeah, as you can see, my archers are just completely obliterating them right now, which is exactly what we wanted them to do, especially considering we had such an amazing advantage. Really, really cool advantage here. And I'm going to tell my cavalry to charge in from the side. And we can hopefully get these guys to come in now as well. We're going to move them over here, and we're going to go for a secondary charge in. Going to go for the infantry to charging now as well. And the infantry are charging, and we can get my other cavalry coming around the side, as you can see, and then we're going to have them charge in now as well, so they're going to barrel into the opponent once more, which is exactly what we need. This polearm is a little bit unwieldy. Just a little bit. And seems to be doing, well, massive damage, as you might expect. It's so funny how I literally just changed its handle, and then it's all of a sudden did 188 damage instead of, what was it, 40 or something. Yeah, that's very amusing. Anyway, I think that's basically it. We're done. That's it. There is nothing else really to say here, apart from the fact that we just completely obliterated them. There's nothing else that they could have done about that either, because they allowed us to get the high ground. They didn't really utilize their cavalry. I don't even know whether they had that many cavalry, to be honest. It didn't seem like they had too many. So I can only assume that they've been running around with peasant units only, because here's the thing. They are Italians, and they've been using units that they have never ever used before, and they don't have any relation with any of the villages around here. So that means that they have very limited availability for those forces. And that's exactly what we saw ourselves when we came onto this particular landmass. When I went into the village and I said, hey, you know what, can we actually recruit from this place? That would be fantastic. But no, we couldn't, because of course we couldn't. We don't have any relation with any of these people, so that's the reason why. There you go. We got 37 renown, not too bad. And let's see what we can do from now, because we do want to... maybe I want to call for an army. Maybe I should call for an army or something like that. I'm going to take this guy prisoner, as you might expect. Going to let this guy go because he's part of a mercenary band. We might want to actually let Ada... Oh, wow. She hates us like no one's business. I'm going to let her go, but she really doesn't like us at all. It's probably not even worth me letting her go, to be fair, at this moment in time, because it's just like... It's just a huge bottomless pit of negative relation. It's just not really going to rectify itself, I don't think. So... yeah, at this point, it's probably not the best idea to even bother with it, to be honest, but oh well. If she comes back, then that's fine, then we can get some more renown, and that's always good, right? I think that's always good. Okay, so we are, once again, going to try and take this, but I am going to need to call for an army, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we actually have a bunch of people already in armies, and there's only one person that can actually join us. I don't know whether this is a good idea, to be honest. I guess, sure, why not? I guess we can kind of get her to come over here and see whether she's going to be particularly useful. But I wouldn't mind taking this. They don't have a particularly strong garrison, and we should be able to do this relatively simply, but it's very much a case of, well, it depends. You know, where do they have their archers stationed? Are we going to be able to attack them fast enough so that they don't have a good enough amount of time to place their forces on the walls before we get there? Because if they're on the walls, if they're behind the walls, you know, if they're in the archery nests and the various other places, then that is obviously not going to work out too well. They want to make peace with the Sicilians. I am going to say no, thank you very much. I am having to spend even more influence every single time this vote comes up. So I'm actually very much hoping that what we'll be able to do is take this castle and then take the nearby town and then maybe go for a peace agreement. I'm not sure whether we can actually make that work, because doing a peace agreement, it's kind of not actually that useful, because if we actually make peace, what does that get us? It might get us a pretty, I don't know, maybe a pretty meaty tribute. You know, it's going to be a pretty heavy tribute, and we'll have quite a lot of coin in the pouches that they're going to be giving us. But that's pretty much it. That's the only thing that they can really do that is going to sweeten the deal, because otherwise, what else is there? not much. The only thing I can think of is maybe, I don't know. That's it. Just the tribute. That's all I can think of. Maybe you can think of something else, but for me personally, I can't think of anything else apart from the tribute. And there's only downsides from my perspective, because the downside for me is going to be every single prisoner going free, which means that they're going to be back up to full strength after a short period of time. And then what else do you have? Well, then you have, I don't know, their garrisons are going to be shored up just that much better. They're gonna, I don't know, just generally, they're gonna be extremely hard to dislodge, I think. And it's gonna be a lot more difficult. So, well, I don't know. I think I personally think it's gonna be a lot more difficult to completely eliminate this faction if we decide to make peace with them. So there is a little bit of a time limit on this whole thing, because we need to make sure that we are, you know, moving swiftly on so that we can actually even continue to afford declining these peace agreements, because the peace agreements are going to continue coming in and we have to continue declining them. I think every 2 weeks they tend to come in, something like that. Maybe every week, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, this is a really unwieldy weapon. I should have probably made something a bit shorter, shouldn't I? Oh dear. Okay, well, whatever the case, even if I die, it's fine. My forces are coming in now. Please don't. Can I please not get shot? I would appreciate that. I would very much appreciate not getting shot right now, because I wouldn't mind trying out my weapon here, but I'm kind of assuming that it is a little bit too long for siege combat. I mean, you can see here it does basically the same exact amount of damage, at least. And yeah, very unwieldy once more. So yeah, of course, I mean, what could I expect, really, you know? It's 180 length or 200 length or something. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know, right? Alright, so there you go. That is indeed the end of the siege. 39 renown we gained, and we basically took no casualties whatsoever, which is exactly what we want. Alright, so I will be taking a couple of people here, but I won't take a huge amount. And I also won't be taking too many prisoners either. Because here's the thing, bear in mind, this is the first castle we're taking in this region, and I am, of course, going to be awarding it to our very own Sultanate vassal. So his culture is going to boost up the loyalty significantly, even though loyalty isn't really that big of a deal to us anymore because we have those two policies, and that's exactly the reason why creating your own faction is really lucrative many times, because you can literally just boost your loyalty because you can just force through these policies super fast. Anyway, also because of that, I'm also going to be going for the daily settlement prosperity there. I'm just going to set that up. Even if they do decide to change that in some way or another, then that's absolutely fine. That's their own, you know, that's their own choice. All right, so let's see. This guy, of course, is now going to be the owner of this. Hopefully he's going to be pretty happy with it. And then we will be able to give him some more as we move on. As you can see, they want to literally give us 1,000 tribute per day. In my opinion, that is not enough. I think that is way too little for, you know, what we are capable of doing right now, because we are literally capable of taking every single one of these towns, in my opinion. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.